EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Arizona Cardinals. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go from Glendale. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 1960 Eagles, go!
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8. From the 44-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard.
At the 44-yard line.
They'll run. And here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
They get 25 on that connection. It's an Arizona first down.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer, so it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day, and I think these two might have a really bright future together, and the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
Throwing now from the gun. That is caught for 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. His 4th TD grab of the season. The point by Sanders is good. And the Cardinals will take a 7-0 lead.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This just makes it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 18. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here's Williams to begin with a pass. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Seems like there was some miscommunication that time. They clearly weren't on the same page. That's something that they've got to get on the sideline and get corrected as soon as possible, because I think they just missed out on what could have been a big play.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. going to air this one out. He lays out and makes a spectacular catch. A big play to kick off this drive. 62 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
And he will power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals. Touchdown number 9 for the year.
Tell you what, this offense has come out and they have completely dominated here in the early going, Mike. I mean, this has just been methodical, sustained, back-to-back drives right down the field. And then to finish in the red zone, man, you just can't draw it up any better than that.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. And it's a poor kick here. Doesn't even make the landing zone. So that means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This drive begins with a run by Chute. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
What is it?
Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Run over center now with Chute, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
3rd down and 9. Another run here with Chute. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
2 yards.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. And this was the old NFL record spot, a 63-yard attempt. That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening has the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
36-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got room at the 30. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
And that That one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Tootin to start the drive. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
That's complete to his running back, Bashan Tootin. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he is very close to the first down, but a high ball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
Moore going in motion. Now this looks like a design run, and he's going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. That'll keep this drive alive.
First down.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. They have it 2nd and 4 coming up. They'll run it here with 2. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, New Orleans.
Good for the Saints. First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now Williams. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8.
So I don't think his fullback was his primary option on that play, but a really nice job by the quarterback working quickly through his progression, getting the ball down to his big fullback, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Williams to throw on second down. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
A play fake. Now Williams. First down throw there is incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He'll dump this out wide to Tootin. And a nice gain there. He's out of bounds, and that will bring up third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Here's a third down and 4. Williams to the air once more. Set up the screen here for Tootin. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a fourth down decision to make.
They're going for it. Here's Williams. Taken in, and he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
18, check, 19.
Start on the ground, and he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Here's a design run.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Big opening up the middle. Inside the 30. And he is gone. 81 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Moore going in motion. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. That'll be complete to Tootin. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Right back to Tootin. Tough to bring it down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Third down and 3. They'll look to pick it up with Tootin. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Saints first down.
A gain of 10 yards.
So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
And the Saints first down.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll send a man in motion left. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he'll take this down to the 6. That's good enough for first down, 1st and goal.
17 more yards.
Saints going to use their second timeout as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
At the 6-yard line.
Slot man in motion right. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop, and they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. Now here's 2nd and goal. On again, it's Tootin. Hard running, close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. New Orleans' 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They'll let him keep it, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Facial Tootin. Touchdown Saints.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. Saints are able to edge a bit closer.
28, Saints 10.
Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
On the set. Here we go. Here we go.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break.
Mike, I think every offense would love to be able to call designed runs for their quarterback, but it's so dependent of who that quarterback is. And for this team, to be able to have that guy behind center, it just adds a different element to what they can do on offense.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Jason Sanders on to try the field goal. This one from 54 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. And the Cardinals will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
What is up?
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Simmons on the tackle. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Got a man downfield. It's Matter. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. That is a big gainer for the Saints. 53 yards.
For a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll run option left to the short side of the field. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, you just don't see teams invest with first-round picks in the safety position very often, but every once in a while, a guy comes along that's just too good to pass up. That's exactly why they took him this past spring in the draft, and he's making his presence felt here today.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Enough confidence in the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. Gonna be 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. This one will be from 37 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints will cut into that lead.
13.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
At the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On the ready.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33.
Bravo 80. Ready.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Forced out wide. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Warrior 70. Ready.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. A dive and a catch. Incredible. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
At the 48-yard line.
You just love to see this effort, especially on 3rd down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up the first set of downs.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I like the change of pace. The idea that you want to keep the ball on the ground, but you don't want to do it in the traditional sense of just turning around and handing it off to your running back. So this time, they give it to the wide receiver. They get him in space, get the ball in his hands, and he turns it into a solid game.
Let's go. Cowboy at 50. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
They'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
That's another.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day. So in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
Here we go. Cougar 19.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. He'll get a dozen out of that one. Scrambling his way to a 1st down.
At the 9-yard line.
Ball resting on the 9. 1st down and goal. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd
Task
and
a
goal.
bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. This one caught at the 4. And that's going to move them closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Let's go now. Dragon 6, 19, Mustang 19. Ready, ready.
Here's a designed run. And he will take it in himself. Touchdown, Cardinals. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Saints 13. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. They had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
What is up?
Up the middle, here is Chinton. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
That is brought in downfield by Sutton. That's the second time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
This one could be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's going to be incomplete. Covered very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
17.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and that's going to bring up 3rd and real long.
He's got it at the 7, and he will get into the end zone. Elijah Moore. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. This will pay off with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too...
And trouble on this extra point. It is blocked. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to take this one back all the way. Disastrous. The block extra point leads to 2 for the defense instead of 1 for the offense. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Viking 18. Ready.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll stick with him again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
32-yard line.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
At the 34-yard line.
And this is just a defeated defense at this point in the game, Mike. It's been like this all day long. They just have not been able to get the stops when they've needed them. Here's another chance on 3rd down, and they just can't make a play.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment.
Got it. Ready?
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Ready?
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll be met in the backfield and drop behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
At the 50-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
That's another.
A gain there of 27 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead. You're in the 4th quarter. And they're able to pop off a big run.
Let's go.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Here we go.
So it's a win for the Cardinals. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big 1st quarter lead,